Bill Gates once said, "If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake." Welcome to Finance IQ 101. Today we dive deep into this very powerful quote. What does it really mean? Is it only about money, or does it include a bigger idea about life, goals, and growing as a person? Come with us as we break down this important statement, what it means, and the ideas that go along with it. This video is for you if you want to learn about the thoughts of one of the richest people in the world and get to the heart of these words. Before we start this journey of knowledge, please do us a favor. Like this video, share it with people who want to learn, and don't forget to subscribe for more wise material. Let's learn more about Bill Gates and figure out what this quote really means. Number 1, being responsible for yourself. In the big picture of life, where many things can change results and experiences, one concept stands out as a source of strength: personal responsibility. As an example of the power that each person holds, this is not just an idea. It is a fundamental belief that shapes the course of one's journey. Personal responsibility is more than just being accountable. Realizing that even though many things in life are out of your control, you have complete control over your choices and deeds is what gives you power. It means realizing that all of our decisions, even the ones that don't seem important at the time, shape the story of our lives. This concept also goes against the idea of fatalism, which says that the results of life are set in stone and can't be changed. Instead, it supports the idea that fate can be changed, if not completely changed, by making conscious choices, acting persistently, and staying committed to one's goals. One of the greatest basketball players of all time, Michael Jordan, said, "I can accept loss. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying." This quote really hits home with the idea of personal responsibility. Not that you should never lose or face problems, it's about always putting in the work, being responsible, and working toward your goals. Number 2, opportunity. There is one theme that runs through all of our different experiences. Opportunity is always there. Even though there are differences and unfairness in the world, everyone can find hope and inspiration in the idea that there are chances hiding in problems. Opportunity isn't always a matter of luck or fate. It's often linked to having the right mindset and sticking with something until it works. For many, chances aren't just given to them. They have to be made out of situations, failures, and limitations. Even though some people have had hard starts or limited means, they have found ways to rise, come up with new ideas, and change their lives. This shows how strong and creative people are. There are many examples in history of people who didn't have much but made a big impact on the world. The stories of their adventures show that it's not always about what you have, but how you use it. Think of yourself as on the brink of amazing success. A whole, clear, wonderful life lies before you. Achieve, achieve, said the famous businessman Andrew Carnegie, who himself came from nothing. People naturally want to grow, push the limits, and find ways to use problems to their advantage. This feeling of opportunity shows this. In spite of the limitations that come with where you start, the trip and its path are determined by your desire, vision, and your ability to see and seize opportunities. Number 3, having a growth mindset. The idea of a growth mindset stands out as a way to think about things in a way that changes how people achieve their goals. Pioneers throughout history have believed in this theory, which is based on the idea that people's abilities can be changed and expanded. A fixed mindset thinks that skills are fixed and can't be changed. A growth mindset, on the other hand, believes that with hard work, dedication, and a plan, one can constantly improve and solve problems. Dr. Carol Dweck, a famous psychologist who promoted this idea, says that difficulties are exciting in this way of thinking because they are seen as chances to grow instead of dangers. This way of thinking also changes how you think about mistakes so that you see them not as dead ends, but as opportunities to learn. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba Group, whose journey has been full of losses, summed up this point of view by saying that giving up is the only real failure. The growth mindset also encourages people to be flexible in a world that changes quickly, telling them to keep learning and adapting to new ways of thinking. Basically, this way of thinking isn't just a positive view. It's a moving guide that helps people deal with problems, pushes them to keep learning and be strong, and reinforces the idea that success is a journey of constant change. Number 4, empowering yourself. Self-empowerment is a basic idea that great thinkers and leaders have pushed for a very long time. It is one of the many factors that affect our lives. This idea goes beyond just having confidence in yourself. It also includes personal power and liberty. It says that each person has a powerful source of power inside them that can be used no matter what happens in the outside world. Being strong on the inside isn't just about dealing with problems. It's also about shaping your future, changing the story, and reaching your full potential. There are many things that we can't change about our lives, from our socioeconomic situation at birth to the problems that come up out of the blue. Self-empowerment, on the other hand, supports the idea that we have full control over how we respond to these events and can change our minds, adapt, and move forward. A great example of self-made success and empowerment is Oprah Winfrey, who said, "You don't become what you want, you become what you believe." Her journey from poverty to fame and through many challenges shows how powerful self-empowerment can be and how believing in yourself can change your life. The main idea behind self-empowerment is that people should take charge of their lives and not just watch them happen. They should be involved in writing their own stories. It's about finding and using the hidden power inside, breaking free from outside restrictions, and planning a path to personal growth, happiness, and positive change. Self-empowerment is like a guide that points us in the right direction while the world around us keeps dancing. It reminds us of the power we have, the changes we can make, and the huge potential that is just waiting to be released. Number 5, being resourceful. Resourcefulness is a theme that often shows up in the big stories of success that spans generations and cultures. People are very creative and flexible, and this shows that success doesn't depend on having a lot of resources, but on knowing how to use what you have quickly and effectively. This concept makes it clear that money or other assets aren't the only things that determine success, even though they are helpful. Instead, people often reach great heights by being able to actively use, distribute, and make the most of the resources they have access to. Just think about all the thinkers and business owners who didn't start out with a lot of money. They just had a plan and the drive to make it happen. They show what it means for necessity to be the mother of creation. The stories of their journeys show that limits can sometimes help people be more creative and come up with new ideas. Innovation has nothing to do with how many R&D dollars you have. It's about the people you have, how you're led, and how much you get it, said Steve Jobs, the visionary co-founder of Apple. This quote supports the idea that it's not just about the things you own, but also about the qualities you have, like insight, creativity, and determination. At its core, resourcefulness is a way of thinking, willingness to see opportunities where others see dead ends, the power to turn limitations into launch pads, and a natural desire to make more from less. It goes against the common belief that success means having a lot of money and presents a more complex view. Success comes from having a clear goal, being able to change, and using your resources wisely. Basically, tools can help you get started, but it's often your creativity that decides how the trip goes and what happens at the end. Number 6, the worth of time. Life is full of assets and gifts, but there is one resource that can't be replaced and has a limited amount of time left. People from all over the world have praised time for its value, not just because it passes by so quickly, but also because it has the power to shape people's lives in ways that nothing else can. It's true that most physical resources can be replaced or gotten back, but time is one of the most important things that can never be replaced. In its most basic form, time is the wall that life is drawn on. It's like every second adds a stroke, every hour an idea, and every day a story. Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States, and a man of many talents, said, "Lost time is never found again." This quote perfectly captures the idea that while many things in life can be recovered or replaced, moments that have been lost can never be recovered. But knowing the importance of time is more than just noticing that it's passing. Understanding the possibility in every moment and making good use of it is what it's all about. How someone spends their time often determines the course of their life, whether they're looking for information, building relationships, making their dreams come true, or just taking time to think and reflect. Not only is it wise to value time, but it's also smart to use it wisely. It can pay off for a lifetime to spend time on personal growth, pursuing interests, making important connections, and doing things that are filled with purpose and desire. People often say, time is gold, which means that if you use it wisely, you can get results that are as valuable as the most valuable metals. Number 7, getting through hard times. In the complicated fabric of life, there is one truth that stays the same for everyone. Problems will always happen. Stories of people and groups meeting problems and coming out better afterward are timeless and inspiring. They can be from the past or the present. The most important thing in these stories is not the hardship itself, but the strong will that decides to rise above it, turning problems into stepping stones. Problems come in many forms and test your strength, character, and resolution. It throws doubt, raises questions, and often seems to present overwhelming problems. The way someone approaches these problems, on the other hand, often sets the course of their trip. Even though hardship can be scary, it can also be a furnace that tests and shows what kind of person you are. Viktor E. Frankl, a famous author and Holocaust survivor, said, "What is to give light must survive burning." His life and work show how deeply he believed that people can find meaning, purpose, and the strength to overcome even in the worst situations. Getting through tough times isn't just about riding out the storm. It's also about using the energy of the storm to move forward. It's about learning from mistakes, seeing problems as chances to grow, and making progress on tracks that may have seemed impossible at first. This tough attitude not only helps with personal growth, but it also affects financial paths, because being flexible, persistent, and able to see problems as chances to make money are all very useful traits in business and marketing. Number 8, rise above, don't give up. In the complicated dance of life, with its ups and downs, ebbs and flows, there is one theme that has stayed the same: the call to overcome instead of give up. This theory isn't just a rallying cry. It's an attitude or a set of rules that show you how to be successful and grow as a person. Even though life is unpredictable, it is always full of difficulties. These could be failures in your daily life, problems at work, health problems, or even world crises. Each task is scary in and of itself, but it also comes with a choice: to give up or to keep going, to see it as the end or the beginning, as a loss or a lesson. Nelson Mandela was a symbol of strength and the ability to overcome hardship. He said, "The greatest glory in life comes not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." His journey, which included long jail sentences and constant battles, shows how to overcome. The story of Mandela shows us that a person's character is not formed by the problems they face, but by how they deal with them. It's not just pushback when you say overcome, don't succumb. It's about change. It's about using the energy from problems to fuel your drive, changing the story from one of sadness to one of hope, and focusing on what's possible instead of what's been lost. This point of view not only helps you grow as a person, but it also sets you up for success in every area of your life. Number 9, make your own way. Those who have made a lasting mark on the world have all had one thing in common. They were determined to make their own way. Instead of just going with the flow of events, they chose to be the leaders of their own lives. This shows that waiting for chances can be a passive process, while making them is an active way to achieve great things. Forge your path is based on the idea of taking charge of your life. Some people say that fate deals them cards, but how they play them is up to them and their free will. There are many opportunities in the world, and waiting for doors to open can often mean missing out on them. However, taking charge, looking for chances, or even making them from scratch can change the course of one's trip. Steve Jobs, the famous entrepreneur and co-founder of Apple, said it best. Your work is going to take up a lot of your time, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Jobs' life was full of new ideas and a constant desire to change things for the better. This aggressive stance isn't just about wanting to get things done, it's also about having a vision, being determined, and having the guts to go against the norm. It's about being moved by options instead of being limited by them. It's not enough to just follow the well-worn roads. You have to find new ones, break down walls, and create new ways of doing things. Number 10. Purpose and vision. Purpose and vision are two leading lights that often stand out as the most important as we go through the maze of life's choices, decisions, and difficulties. To achieve lasting success and happiness, you need these two bases, which are more than just goals or ambitions. They don't just stand for endings or goals, they also stand for the spirit and direction of a trip. On a deep level, purpose is what gives life value. It's what drives us, the why behind our actions, giving our work depth and meaning. A purpose-driven life isn't just about reaching goals. It's also about making an effect, making relationships, and leaving behind things that matter. To make sure that every step, no matter how small, has meaning, one must match their actions with a greater sense of meaning. Vision, or the what that makes the why clear, goes with purpose. Vision draws a picture of the future and shows us what might be possible in the future. It's the lighthouse that shows the way and makes sure that even when life throws curveballs at you, you stay on track. Vision is a map for the future made up of dreams, goals, and ambitions all linked together. With his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, Martin Luther King Jr. showed how powerful purpose and vision can be. His dream, which came from a strong sense of purpose, was for a world where everyone was treated equally and brothers helped each other. His words and deeds, which were based on this vision, started a movement and changed the course of history. In the complicated dance of life, where problems, chances, and situations change all the time, having a clear purpose and vision keeps you on track. They help people make choices, give them understanding when they're not sure what to do, and give acts heart and resolve. They are more than just lights to follow. They are the soul and spirit of a happy life, making sure that every action and decision fits into a bigger, more meaningful story.